What's up everyone, Aiden here from Esports, and today we're talking about something a little more serious. Could the coronavirus shut down this year's biggest esports events? The LPL, LCK and Overwatch League have already been affected by the illness, and the threat to the industry at large is very real. Earlier this week, a senior IOC committee member said that this year's Summer Olympics in Tokyo could be cancelled if the coronavirus isn't contained within the next few months. And with how fast the situation has progressed and the recent announcements around IEM Katowice, don't be surprised if we start to see more warnings about the biggest esports events soon. So here's what you need to know as an esports fan. First, some quick background. The official name of the virus is COVID-19 or COVID-19. Now, it is a member of the coronavirus family, which also includes other diseases like the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome or MERS, or the more common Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome, also known as SARS. Symptoms of coronavirus include a fever, a cough, a shortness of breath, and can take anywhere between 2 to 14 days to develop after infection. Now, over 82,000 cases have been confirmed, with deaths climbing past 2,800. These numbers are changing daily, of course, and by the time you watch this video, they may have already been dated. The first official cases surfaced in Wuhan, China in late 2019. On January 11th, Chinese state media reported the first known death from the virus, and by the end of the month, the World Health Organization declared the outbreak a public health emergency of international concern. But before WHO even sounded the alarms, the coronavirus had already begun taking its toll on esports teams and leagues in China. The LPL, for example, which had been on break for the Chinese New Year, closed its doors indefinitely and only recently began hosting online scrims to make up for lost time. Overwatch League teams Shanghai Dragons and Guangzhou Charge uprooted their players and staff from their team homes in China to temporary bases in Korea, shortly after the first OWL homestand matches set to take place in China were cancelled. Broader measures at national levels will also affect esports teams too. The US issued temporary travel bans on foreign nationals who visited China in the past 14 days in early February. But despite bans like that and citywide quarantines, the virus spread to other parts of the world, leaving more chaos in its wake. Following the outbreak, the Korean League of Legends League began testing temperatures of anyone coming into the home stadium of the LCK, the LOL Park, including players, broadcast staff and visitors, to ensure no one entering the venue showed signs of COVID-19. The LCK had a brief scare when host Kim Minna reported a fever and was removed from the broadcast. All players and staff who interacted with Minna self-quarantined afterwards, but concerns were quelled the following day when she tested negative to the virus. Both the LCK and the Japanese League of Legends region, the LGL, will continue to play games on a LAN system but without a live audience. ESL followed suit after Polish authorities revoked the tournament organizers' mass event license over concerns of the virus spreading, causing the IEM Katowice 2020 playoffs to be played without an audience on site. And the Overwatch League cancelled Seoul Dynasty's homestand weekend, which was scheduled for March, and any make-up games from the previously cancelled China homestands, which was set to take place in weeks 5, 6 and 7. These cancellations and delays will likely have a season-long repercussion on the teams. The Overwatch League is approaching its 4th week of the season, and every team will have had a chance to play on stage before the Korean and Chinese teams, who won't play until weeks 9 and 10. Stage time is crucial to a team's performance, and this delay could surely put teams at a disadvantage. Meanwhile, League of Legends' first international event of the year, the Mid-Season Invitational, which usually takes place in May, has also been delayed. Couple that with this year's 2020 World Championship, which is set to kick off in China in October, it's not looking good. Will Chinese teams be able to participate, and if so, how will their performance stack up to the teams of the lesser affected regions? What travel bans will be in place, and how quickly will the virus spread by the end of the year? Now, it's too early to say what the end of the year of esports will look like, but until the virus is contained, the fate of one of the biggest annual esports events and many others will be up in the air.